Hi everyone, it's the Grey Man back again. I'm going to be reacting to some more Rata Blanca. I've reacted twice already to Rata Blanca, I think. But you guys, you love your Rata Blanca, and I'm always being suggested new one to check out. El Guardian de la Luz is the track I'm going to check out. This one was suggested to me by Medalla Quemerizado. I'm probably saying it wrong. Majada Quemerizada. What I should have done, I should have put the name down and stuck it up in the comments so I could have put it up on the screen. I forgot about that. It says, please react to Rata Blanca, El Guardian de la Luz. It is a heavier song with classical music influences. So yeah, I do like a bit of heavy, as we know. Rata Blanca, what I've listened to so far, I have enjoyed it. It's kind of like low end to the kind of heavy metal that I would normally listen to. And I like a bit of that traditional old school heavy metal, but my tastes go more to the heavier end, the faster, what we say, more brutal sounding heavy metal. So this is why this is kind of like an experience for me to check out musics that doesn't normally come into my listening criteria, you know? So this is the beauty of doing this series. So let me find the video file. I'm not sure if this is I don't think this is a live, so it's a bit annoying. It's not a live one. It's just a song. So I'll just be listening to the song. Let's check it out. Video's cutting out weirdly for some reason. I don't know what causes that. Sometimes it's the program that I use, it just makes it cut out, which is a little bit annoying, but I just can't do much about it, I'm afraid. So I paused it for a bit just to give my thoughts, and maybe when it comes back it won't cut out so much. But yeah, it's like what I've heard before from Rata Blanca. I suppose you'd call it power metal. That's how I always categorize this style of heavy metal. It's like a traditional classic heavy metal style, like with emphasis on like the high vocals and like the beautiful, you know, guitars, nice flowing guitars, lovely, you know, nice solo ins. It's all about solos, nice high singing voice. I was just trying to guess what El Guardian de la Luz is. It's got to be the Guardian or something, hasn't it? They seem to be quite favouring the fantasy kind of lyrics. Oh, the Guardian of Light is El Guardian de la Luz. Yeah. Okay, yes, they do seem to like favour like the wizards, that kind of thing, don't they? In their song titles, right? So the Guardian of the Light. It's a typical power metal. I wouldn't say it's heavier than what I've heard before. I don't think it doesn't sound heavier, but yeah, there's definitely some kind of classical, that kind of classical style guitar.
Dios me acompaña y la fuerza del mar.
Okay, I was going to do with a psh at the end, but I didn't get that. But never mind. Yeah, that was cool. I can only play air guitar and air drums. I can't play real drums or real guitar. I'm too lazy to ever learn how to, as you can probably tell by my guitar, my air guitar playing. Yeah, but that was another typical Rata Blanca song. You got the beautiful voice of the singer. The guy can really belt his lungs out and really, like, I can't understand what he's singing, of course, but like just the sound of it does sound interesting. Just the sound of singing in a different voice does always pique my interest, even though I can't understand what it's saying. It's kind of like a different melody. It's like a melody because it's like another instrument, because I can't understand what's being said. So it's just like another instrument, you know? So I kind of like just hearing the voices that I don't understand being, I don't know, more melodic because of the fact that I don't know what they are. You know what they're saying. It could be a keyboard for all I know. You know, it's just like, yeah, I hope you know what I'm talking about. I don't even know if I know what I'm talking about, but yeah, it does add a different element when you're hearing singing in a different voice. Yeah, there was some classical music influences in some of the guitar riffs, not the riffs, the solos. They do like a good solo. They have a nice long period. I think a couple of solos get thrown in there, like working all over the key, over the fretboard. Yeah, good stuff. This kind of stuff is not, it's not a million miles away from, well, in fact, this is the kind of band I would play on my podcast. I do a podcast every week, High Speed Hangover podcast, which is a heavy metal podcast. There's lots of heavy stuff, really heavy stuff on there, like death metal, black metal. But I also play power metal. I play some traditional heavy metal on there. I should play a Rata Blanca song on there at some point, actually. But if you guys like Rata Blanca and heavier music, check out my podcast. The link down below will take you to my blog. All my podcasts are there. 398 was the last number I was. I'm nearly at 400 podcasts now. I've been doing it since 2013. But yeah, that was another cool Rata Blanca song. I'm not sure if it was heavier than the ones that I heard before, but yeah, it was on the same formula. Nice, speedy riffs. You know, everyone knows their instruments, you know, everyone knows their job. The drummer backing everything up great, the solos, you know, just guitar riffs, all really catchy power metal style, heavy metal, you know, that like even the most jaded, like brutal death metal guy, you got to appreciate and understand this, you know, although it may not quite like your touch paper when it comes to the heavy, it's still, you got to admire the fluidity of the riffs and the solos, and you know, yeah, at its crux, it's like proper decent heavy metal, old school. I kind of think to myself, if these guys sang in English, I know I hate to say it, but these guys sang in English, they'd probably be known all around the world a lot more, I would have thought. Because I know, like, although for whatever reason, English seems to be the language that most bands play if they want to get international acclaim. Because, like, you know, all around the world, even non-English speaking countries, you know, English speaking bands still get known there. So people in other countries learn English better than English people ever learn any other languages, put it that way. Because you grow up, you get the movies and that kind of thing. Obviously, a lot of international bands, so you learn songs and English from listening to music, from watching films, that kind of thing, and TV programs possibly. So I think the bands, and I'd say if Rata Blanca probably, if they had sung in English, I'm sure they would have been like known to most metalheads, you know, because they've got you know, they've got it takes to be like a Halloween or an Iron Maiden, you know, because they've definitely got the songs. It's possibly just the fact that they're singing in Spanish that stops them from getting popularity outside of the Spanish-speaking countries, maybe. But you know, it's not a bad thing to sing in your own language anyway. I think more bands should probably do it, but it does possibly hold you back on international acclaim if you do stick to your own native tongue rather than going to English. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Great song, great band. I do like a bit of Rata Blanca. So it's not my usual listening. I'm normally listening to a bit heavier than that, but it's still good. I still like the old school heavy metal as well. But yeah, thank you to Madaja Quemerizado for suggesting that one to me. And if you want to give me a suggestion on anything, leave it in the comments down below. It doesn't have to be heavy metal, because I'm doing just like any music. Sometimes it's better not to have heavy metal because it gives me something to think about, something more to, you know, and it opens up my horizons, you know, it opens up my mind to new musics, which is kind of like quite fun. Not, you know, it's kind of part of the idea to find new stuff, you know, blow my mind with some music I've not heard before, that kind of thing. And if you enjoyed this video, you want to help the channel out, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe if you want to check out some more from me. And if you really enjoyed it, I have got a coffee page where you can donate to the channel if you want to. Also got some merch. You see that handsome fella up there in the corner? Yeah, him with the beard? That's me. That's me, although I'm getting a bit grayer now than I was. But that's me. If you want to buy a mug or a t-shirt with my happy smiling face on, then the link is down below as well. Check out my podcast as well. If you like heavy metal, check out my podcast. Loads of metal on there. And until next time, thanks for watching. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you again.